The Friday night lights will shine on all but one playoff game as the Georgia High School Association continues fighting to uphold the suspension of roughly 36 players on the Gainesville Red Elephants. 1 week ago today, players from Gainesville and Brunswick, they got into this huge brawl on your screen. And right now, Gainesville's game against Langston Hughes High in Fulton County is indefinitely postponed as both sides continue to explore legal options here. 11 Alive's Grace King is showing us how the process could play out in the courts.
At Langston Hughes High, they say winning is the only thing. But there will be none of that on Friday night as their playoff game against Gainesville High takes a timeout in court. The Georgia High School Association says it plans to appeal a Hall County judge's decision to reverse its suspension of 35 players from GHS who allegedly participated in this brawl against Brunswick High last week.
We want to do what's best for kids, and it turns out it seems like the GHSA just wants to do what's best for adults.
The legal process moves a lot slower than high school football.
They will probably go to the Court of Appeals, where the presiding judge for emergency motions will hear it. That could take a week or two.
Attorney Darrell Cohen says while it's possible to get a hearing before the state championship, that decision wouldn't necessarily be the end. He suggests both sides reach an agreement outside of court.
If we really play out the legal process, this could go on until next season.
The biggest question now is what will happen to the remainder of the 5A football playoffs. The winners of tonight's matchups are scheduled to play again next Friday ahead of the state championship on December 15th. In Hall County, Grace King, 11 Alive News.
Now, we do know that this legal limbo could affect several other playoff teams in Metro Atlanta as well. We did reach out to those other leaders at those schools to see how they are preparing. Roswell High School's athletic director tells us they cannot afford to put their focus on what else is going on because they have to remain locked in for tonight's matchup against Sequoia High. He says it's been a great week of practice for the Hornets. We also reached out to Sequoia High School. Leaders there say this is an unfortunate situation, but they can only control their team. They say every one of their teams has a fight plan, and they ask their coaches to go over that as part of their normal preparation. Finally, Jackson County tells us their focus is on hosting a great matchup between two deserving schools tonight. As for what is next, their AD says that's something to be figured out in the coming days.